Well, hey, good evening. Welcome back to my little gardening show. I wanted to take you along tonight as I'm getting ready to turn some Roma tomatoes into sauce. So I'll show you kind of what we're going to be using the Vitamix. And I've made a video similar to this before, and just a little sales pitch on the Vitamix. Awesome machine. We've had ours for about 5 years. It does an excellent job in making purees, cutting stuff up, blending stuff together. I mean, I use it all the time when we're making, big batch of scrambled eggs. I'll crack all my eggs in it, whip it real quick to scramble the eggs. Done that. Super easy to clean up too. Can just rinse out the container and then add some water, a little bit of just a squeeze of dish soap, and then I can run it on the platform like I'm mixing stuff to wash itself. Rinse it out, let it dry. It's good to go. They sell a couple different pitchers, larger pitchers, and some that have a blade that's designed to grind grain, where you can actually grind grain to make bread. Haven't done that. I haven't gotten that attachment, but just awesome machine. Saves me a ton of time during the preserving the harvest phase here, when stuff's coming in, especially with the tomatoes. And so we're basically going to just make a super simple tomato sauce tonight. Again, I'm just running some San Marzanos. I'm going to cut them up into thirds, throw the chunks in the Vitamix. I'm going to blend it on high until it's basically a puree. Throw it in my little stock pot, and that's what I'll do tonight. And then tomorrow I will cook it down. Unless I can get through all these tomatoes in a decent time tonight. But if not, I'll stop. We'll put it in the fridge, and then I'll cook it down tomorrow so that it's a little thicker, and then we'll be canning it up, man. It's that simple. So I'll show you what I got here real quick. Alright, so I just got my little cutting board, got my little paring knife, got the Vitamix set up on an extension cord. We're doing this all outside to keep the mess outside. My little stoneware pot. There's my cooler full of San Marzano tomatoes. I got them soaking in water just to get some of them had like a leaf or dried dirt or something. But again, we got some really nice tomatoes there. San Marzanos are just really nice sauce tomato. Super easy to pick because you can see right there they don't attach super firm to the vine, so you have to kind of be careful harvesting them, especially if you get some that are still a little green, because you can actually knock them off their stems. But easy to harvest. You don't even have to cut this piece out. It blends. I mean, basically, I'm just going to make 3 cuts just so that they blend faster. It's almost all sauce. Very little liquid in this. So what we're going to do is start filling the pitcher up, and we'll whip this a few times just so you can kind of see how this works. All right, let's get this party started. See what I was telling you, really not much of any liquid in there. I mean, that's all pretty much going to be sauce. And we're just, again, I'm cutting these so that they process just a little faster. Once I get a decent amount, we'll start it out on low or not. So now we got a decent amount here. We're going to start it off on low. We got to brush it up a little bit, but now that we've got a little bit of liquid, I'm going to fill that up a little bit more. As with the rust already being liquefied, it's going to help process or keep things moving to process the rest of these. Now you notice I'm not skinning these at all. I mean, we're going to puree everything. Seeds, the skins, which is going to give the solids more vitamins, minerals, texture. It's going to be a richer sauce. Alright, so it's a nice puree. There's no skin chunks or anything. Grab another load of tomatoes. Now if there's any that have like bad spots or whatever, I'll cut those out. So by and large, I've already kind of selected those tomatoes out. You know, if they're real bad, I didn't put them in with these to be processed as such. So again, another pitcher full. Get a lid on here. Alright, so I've just run 2 batches in and I've already got a good amount of, it's a pretty thick puree using these San Marzanos. Now not all of them are San Marzanos. I also have a tomato called Italian paste that's meaty as well. It's a little different one. This one's got a little bad spot I need to cut out. San Marzanos are actually just a superior sauce tomato. This one's got a little leaf. I need to clean that off. Once we get this full, we'll cook it cook it down, and then process it. Alright, so I've got a full stock pot of tomato sauce. I've still got a fair amount of tomatoes left to process. I can see the bottom of the cooler now, so that's good. You can kind of see through. But probably another half stock pot at least of tomato sauce. So I'm going to get another pot, and we're going to move this to the downstairs fridge. Get that going. I don't have enough time tonight to really cook it down and can it, so I'm going to focus more on just getting everything processed. We'll go ahead and grab another stock pot and keep going. So the end result of at least tonight's efforts are 2 vats of pureed San Marzano and Italian paste tomatoes. Most of them San Marzanos. And as you can see, just a really thick, it's already really thick. Seed, skin, and all. So the next step is tomorrow we'll cook this stuff down and then can it up. Alright, so we're on day 2 of our food preservation efforts here, making tomato sauce. I ended up upgrading my stoneware stock pot. I got a 21.5 quart, I think that's what this is. It's pretty big, but filled with processed tomatoes from last night. So the idea is we're going to cook this down, bring it to a boil, cook it down for a couple hours, and then ladle it into some jars and start the canning process. While that's going, I've still got plenty of slicers left over, and we've given some away. Some are starting to develop spots. There's fruit flies hanging around. I need to get these washed. I need to get them processed. I want to show you this. This is that terracotta tomato. We only got a couple good ones off the plants. I'm gonna save seed. I saved seeds from one that was like this. I'm gonna save seeds from this one and try this variety again next year and just see if it's worth growing here. And if not, we just won't try it again. But it's got a cool color. It's like a darker orange. We've got a lot of Desters and pink brandywines. The Desters, just really awesome tomato, all around good tomato. So that's what we're doing. I don't know, I'm torn. I may make these into sauce. I may make them into another batch of salsa. I mean, they would be a really good salsa tomato. So maybe we'll make another batch of salsa out of these. Alright, so my sauce has been cooking for about 3 hours now in this big stock pot. And you can see kind of where it started at and where it's boiled down to it. So about 3-4 inches of liquid have come off that, and you can kind of see that it's kind of goopy. As it's bubbling, it's kind of thick. That's a nice consistency. That's about what we want. And I could have added more heat to this, but you don't want to burn the sauce. And so I was careful to kind of adjust my turkey burner here. So what we're going to do is turn this off and let it cool off. And then tomorrow, we're going to work to make this into spaghetti sauce, I think. I'm estimating there's probably 15 quarts there, if I had to take a guess. So we'll go from there. I'll turn the heat, we'll let it cool off, and then go to the next step on processing. Alright, so there's some more work waiting for me. Get that the big one full of sauce, and then this full of tomatoes that again are probably going to become salsa. So I guess that's it for now. Until next time, have a good evening. Bye. Alright, so it's day 3 of our food preservation efforts, and my lovely wife made a really nice homemade spaghetti sauce out of that big vat of sauced tomatoes here. So we're in the midst of canning it right now. Let me show you here. This stoneware pot's a beast, getting 21.5 quarts. Got 7 quarts of sauce in there, right about canning. There's another 3 that are already done. And here's the sauce. So there's all kinds of good stuff in this. Got some good stuff. So with a little time and effort, you can make some pretty good stuff from the garden. So I guess that's it for now. Until next time, have a good evening.